old railway line from Waterstone Crook, or Waterstone or whatever it is, sports centre, across the gate. Hike up round this mound, which is actually flyable. Tricky for takeoff because you've got to get between the trees, and then zigzag round up through the trees to the top takeoff area. And as long as they're not playing in the fields, there's the landing zone. Here's the alternative. And there's birds soaring in the front houses, so that looks good. Right, on we go. Again, there's the sports centre. Come up the side of the field and round. Now, even at this time of year, you've got to watch because it's pretty boggy under here. This is a real water trap. So often the route you're walking is to stay clear the boggy ground, otherwise you're walking along what seems nice and firm, and sometimes you can get your foot just sinks down 1.5 feet. Yucky, muddy, lots of old leaves and cattle shit, and the path goes up there, or you can scrabble straight up, but you're just as well going up the path through the wood. As you can see, it's possible to take off from here. There's a bird up there soaring very nicely, so hopefully we'll get some lift at the top. This time of year trees have almost no effect, so the wind just filters through them, just a bit of reduction in lift. And these type, when they've got lots of foliage, we still fly at the top, but they will then give a lot of shelter if you're landing on high slope. So you really got to watch. Stand in one place too long and you just sink into the ground. Yep. So you got to find the best route. It's always very, very boggy here. There's an awful lot of water comes down this bit, which is why I don't think they really use the track these days. It's just kept that way from the cattle. But once you're on the slope, it's all good and firm underground. So just cut straight up the side, and trees moving very slightly in the breeze. Then of course it's not got much foliage on it. Down lower, wind direction was indeterminate, including what felt like a bit katabatic. As soon as you get up to this point, if there's any breeze, it's going to be coming up the slope. With the changeover slope, often you're coming down and it looks like the wing's going to clear the trees, but the pilot isn't. You just get into lifting up and over. If not, cut left or right and land on the slope. Even flown up here at the end of a training day when the rain came on, and I flew the student wing down soaking wet, DHV1. Older design, no problem at all. Loads of clearance, easy flight, and you get a gorgeous view. I've also flown from here all the way down to land down at the boat club. Right, on up. Stop to make a snow angel for my one and only love. What a view. Right, prep for lunch before the hands freeze off. The last 15-minute clip. Came in, cross and upslope to a rear riser flare spot landing in there. You've got sun in the face, difficult to see the ground definition because of the white, very difficult to judge the depth. So a rear riser, much safer option. But camera gets a wee bit of a bump then. I think the batteries may have jumped and lost the file markers. Anyway, using the wing, tactile visual audio checks, using the wing to bounce back up the hill so it does all the work on the back track. I'm cheating this a bit, wouldn't normally recommend this, certainly not with the right hand if you're a right-handed individual, but so I can hold the camera in my hand. Slow, and then it's the harness does the rest of the work, so it can bounce up slope. And it's dropped off a bit, unfortunately, but not too bad. And that's all into harness control. With a low rated wing you do need the occasional little cheat, but a half decent breeze, just a tad more than this, and it's easy. So just back up to the top and shut the camera down again, lighting going, fly out I think, and then see if it's going soar, and then down to land either right at the bottom, which is probably not a good idea today with the water. It's mid-tide, it's not high tide, but it's still fairly high, and it's a very, very narrow landing there. We're more likely just to near the car in the centre. Right, bounce it up. Got some smoke drift down there. Got a very light breeze up here, and the lighting's going. So I'll tidy the wing out and fly down. Right. The only reason I've got both these in one hand, and it's the safety hand, is free. It's on the camera at the moment, but it is free for the safety risers. The only reason I've got the A's in one hand is purely so I can hold the camera. Slow, 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 and almost all with the harness control. Settle, and there. Right. So, last checks: airspace, fixed hazards, movable hazards, hydration. Any legal issues, say airspace is restricted after a certain time. Daylight hours, we're okay on that. And check the plan and then fly down. Looks like it was worth waiting that few minutes. Breeze is picking up slightly again. Brakes are apart, no known twists or tangles. And again, cheating just so I can hold the camera. Airspace given a good check, including overhead. And slow, mainly the harness, letting it settle, and slide. Going up slope, turning around slowly. Again, it's hands free. It's no push, just gentle, tiptoe, tiptoe. So repositioning the feet, changing the air here. Go long strides, touching down because of the slope and it's a low rated wing. Go out into the lift. Right. Got the hands on the controls again in case you need them. There as we pass over. Good clearance there. Landing approach. Bring it around. Where they can drive in here, so I've got to remember not to fly into that. Going down, keep the speed on, keep the speed on, keep the speed on, and clear. Okay, and easing on, slow, 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 turning in the harness, and just let her settle. There we go, nice little flight, and almost no walk needed. Just up to sister's car. And that is the old railway line where you walk along, and then once you just pass the playing field bit, it's cut up through the gate and hike up to the top. Right, back up.
Oh no.